After the Sega Saturn was released in the mid-1990s, the game I most wanted to play for it was Dragon Force. With its strategy RPG style, it was right up my alley and I spent many hours playing it. However, one unexpected game that caught my attention a few years later was Guardian Force, a unique arcade shooter that eventually made its way to the same system. Guardian Force was developed by a small Japanese firm called Success, the same creators of the Cotton series of shooters. Guardian Force was originally intended as a Saturn exclusive, but when the company decided to take advantage of Sega's Titan arcade hardware, they decided to release it in the arcades first. It reached the Saturn in August of 1998, but was never released in North America, which really was a true shame. The most distinct aspect of Guardian Force that sets it apart from almost every other shooter out there is its control style. Players control futuristic tanks with guns on a turret. One button causes the turret to move in a clockwise fashion, while the other rotates it counterclockwise. While you swivel the turret around, you can also move your tank all over the map. This system of movement and turret rotation created a new layer of shooter gameplay that I didn't see replicated in other games, and it sticks out from the moment you start the game. The design team really deserves some credit for coming up with this concept. It's certainly the game's defining feature. As far as weapons go, there are 5 different archetypes, all of which have different colors. The yellow feeler shot is an intermittent burst. The green fang shot operates like a yo-yo that does damage continually and returns to the tank. The purple horn shot fires a timed explosive charge. The bleak blue shot fires a missile barrage. And finally, the red tusk shot is the default weapon that upgrades to fire a spread. Each of these weapons have different strengths and weaknesses, and you can upgrade the power of your weapons by picking up gems that appear after defeating enemies. Of all the weapons, I was especially impressed by the uniqueness of the green fang. This type of weapon was a pretty unique concept for a shoot-'em-up game. I've never really seen anything like it in any other title. In addition to your colored weapon, you also have a bomb button that unleashes a large amount of quick damage, and the bomb's effect and burst pattern depends on the color of your main weapon. This was also a nice touch, and kept the bombs from getting stale like in some other shooters. Each of the levels in Guardian Force operate as a scrolling screen where enemies appear from various locations, with many originating in the center of the screen so as to take advantage of the positional gameplay. Like most scrolling shooters, each level is concluded with an enemy boss that takes much more damage and rigor to defeat. The bosses were all well designed. They stood out from each other and really forced the player to master the situational placement on the screen. The burst patterns of the bosses were difficult to adapt to, and in this game, like most other shooters, it was hard. Just look at this. Guardian Force has above average graphics for a shoot-'em-up game of the era. Visually, the game has a lot of depth, and the backgrounds look great. Animations work well, and there's almost no slowdown to speak of. By the end of the 1990s, developers had really corrected many of the slowness issues that plagued shooters that came before them, and Guardian Force plays super smoothly. Also, the soundtrack was upbeat, the hit responsiveness was great, and even the sound effects rocked. Overall, Guardian Force is a true underrated classic, and I'm shocked that it doesn't seem to have gotten that much attention. I consider it one of the era's best shooters, and certainly as a hidden gem for the Sega Saturn. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it's the system's best shooter game period, and the Saturn certainly had a lot of good offerings in that category. If you like this review and remember Guardian Force, leave a comment below about the most memorable aspect of the game to you. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell below to be alerted upon the addition of new ones. Also, please consider supporting my channel via YouTube's Join feature to receive member exclusives, such as advanced videos and complete video transcripts.